What's up guys, welcome back for another video. My name is Danielle and today we're going to be starting a new series where I show you guys how to create multiple eyeshadow looks out of one palette. The palette that I'm using today is by Nicole Miller. I got this from Ross for $4 or $4.99, and as you can see, it has a lot of kind of just more everyday eyeshadow colors. Of course, you could use the same techniques with a brighter palette and get the same result. But for me personally, I like more natural looking shadow colors for every day. These looks will be appropriate for work, for school, and even for an event or something like that. Anywhere you're going, I just want to show you guys kind of how you can stretch a palette and you don't have to go out and buy the newest thing every time you want to create a new eyeshadow look. It's really more about technique than it is about how much makeup you have. Okay, so jumping right in, the first thing that I'm going to do is prime my eyelid, and for this you can use any eyeshadow primer that you like, or you can just use concealer. For me, I'm going to use concealer because that's what I prefer. So all you want to do is just go ahead and take your concealer, put it on your lid, and just blend it in. Okay, so my lids are primed, and the reason you want to prime your lids is just to give your eyeshadow something to stick to. So for the first look, we're going to be taking this shade here, and it's just kind of like a light reddish brown, and we're going to create the first look using only this shade. All I'm going to do is dip into this shade and then begin to put that into my crease. Once I have it blended into my crease to my liking, then I'm just going to pack it right onto my lid. And that is the first look. Now I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side. So this is the finished look. Of course, you could add mascara, lashes, liner, anything you want to create a little bit more versatility in the look, or to add just some more drama to it. I'm not going to do that for the purpose of this video, but of course, if you wanted to, you could. So I want you guys to take note of how I applied the shadow. As I was applying it in the crease, I went around like this as opposed to coming out. So that is one way that you can kind of get different looks with your shadow. If I wanted to kind of wing it out a little bit, I could. And I just want to show you guys quickly how that can be done to create something a little bit different. So if I wanted to create a little bit more of a dramatic look, I could definitely just kind of start winging it out with a smaller brush and soften it with a blender. So just by changing the technique slightly, it creates a whole nother kind of vibe in the look. And then with this, I would definitely do a wing liner. So this is just a more dramatic look, but again, still one shadow and not much more work for just a little more drama. So let's go into our next look. I'm just gonna wipe this off and I'll start with a fresh base. Okay, so I'm back with the fresh base, and I'm going to start on look number 2. And for that, I'm going to use this shade here, and it's just a green, kind of like an army green color. So I'm going to dip into that. And again, same technique, just put it into my crease. And then pack it onto the lid. And this is look number 2. So I want to switch it up a little bit because both those first colors were mattes, and I want to show you how you can use one shadow when you're dealing with shimmers. So I'm going to dip into this color here, which is kind of a copper. So I'm going to put that copper color all over my lid, and I'm not going to put it above my crease. Okay, so now that I have my lid completely covered in that color, all I'm going to do is take my blending brush and just go around the edges just to soften it slightly. You can use circular motions, you can use windshield wiper motions, and just keep blending until you like the way it looks. And that's it. And literally, this look took me about 30 seconds to do. Not even kidding. At this point, I'm not going to keep doing every single look on both eyes, so I'm just going to do a different color on this eye just to show you the technique one more time. And I'm going to use this color here, which is kind of like a cranberry color, and this is called Radar. And I'm kind of packing it on as opposed to swiping it, because you really want to deposit as much color as you can onto your eye. So you do not want to use a blending brush for this step. You need kind of something that's going to grab the shadow from the pan and pack it onto your lid. Once you have your lid completely covered, then you can go back in and blend the edges. If you feel like you've lost a little bit of the color as you blended, then just go back and pack some more onto your lid. And that is it. Same technique, two different colors, same beautiful result. Okay, so there are two matte shades left in this palette. That's this shade here, which is called Bombshell, and also this shade here, which is called Major. I would not use this shade to create a one eyeshadow look because it's gonna look because it's way too light and it's just not gonna look good. So I'm gonna go ahead and dip into Bombshell and create my last matte eyeshadow look. Okay, so this is my look with Bombshell, and it's really kind of muted, but again, very appropriate for every day. And we're gonna go back to shimmers because we are done with mattes now. So I'm gonna do another shimmer color on this eyelid. I'm gonna dip into this shade here, which is kind of dark purple color. It's called Hot Shot, and I'm just gonna dip into that for this eye. And I just want you guys to notice that I've only used two brushes the entire time I've been doing this video. This is a Wet n Wild either crease or blending brush, and this is what it looks like. I got this from Dollar Tree, so only $1. And then this brush, it says it's a base shadow brush, and this is by the brand Beauty Muse Pro, also really inexpensive brush. But I wanted you to know that you don't need to have the most expensive brushes in order to create nice eyeshadow looks. So now we've done 6 looks so far with this palette. And I'm just going to keep going and showing you guys the rest of the looks that I'm able to get away with on my skin tone using this palette. So let's just keep going. Okay, so I went ahead and applied 2 more shimmers, and these are really similar, so it's probably kind of hard to tell the difference on camera. It's actually hard to tell the difference in person too. On this eye, I have this shade here, which is called Base. And on this eye, I have this shade here, which is called Enlist. So we're up to now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 looks. And I also wanted to point out that you could, especially with the shimmers, go in with your finger and just apply it that way, and it kind of does punch up the color a little bit. So out of this $5 12 shadow palette, I was able to create 11 single shadow looks. And I also just wanted to recap that each one of these looks only took about 30 seconds to a minute per eye. It doesn't take a long time to create a nice eyeshadow look. You don't have to have a lot of skill, and you don't need top of the line expensive brushes to create something that looks like you put some time and effort into it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And also subscribe to my channel for future videos. And don't forget to check out part 2 of this series. It's going to be double shadow looks using this same exact palette. I'm going to create as many looks as I can using 2 shadows. If you want to watch the next video, it's going to be somewhere on this screen for you to click. And I'll see you guys in the next one.